Students, today we will learn about the types of salts. So, on the basis of nature, these salts can be classified into six different types. What are they? Normal salt, acidic salt, basic salt, double salt, mixed salt, and complex salt. Let's learn about all these salts in detail. First, let's discuss about normal salt. What are normal salt? We have seen generally when acid and bases react, they form salt, and the salt contain ions, positive as well as negative ions. So whenever positive and negative ions are there in salt, then this is called as normal salt. Why I am saying one positive and one negative ion? Because further you will see that you will get two anions or two cations or two positive ions or two negative ions in a salt. Then we will classify them on the basis of that. So if any salt contains one positive ion and one negative ion, then that will be termed as normal salt. Let us take an example of HCl when react with NaOH, then we will be getting a salt which is carrying only one positive ion, that is sodium ion and chloride anion and water. So this is called as normal salt. Let us take an example of another acid, that is H2SO4, when react with suppose zinc oxide, then we will be getting ZnSO4 plus H2O. So you can see that the definition of normal salt says that when all the hydrogen ion get replaced from the acids, see here only one hydrogen is there and here two hydrogens are there. So if hydrogens are completely replaced from the acid, then that will be forming a normal salt. So here you can see that no hydrogen ion is here, and here also you can see no hydrogen ion is present. So we can term this salts as normal salts. Now, if you check these salt with litmus paper, you will find that this litmus paper is showing you neutral color. That means no change in the color of litmus paper. Or if you take the pH of this solution or salt, then you will be getting the neutral pH of these salts. Now let's talk about the acidic salt. What are acidic salt then? These are the salts which is formed with the combination of acid and bases. But here the situation is somewhat different. What is the difference? Let's see. If we take an example of suppose H2SO4 and KOH, then we can see that KHSO4 is formed and water is formed. Here you can see that all the hydrogen of the acids are not replaced, and still this SO4 is containing one hydrogen ion in its solution. Then this will be termed as acidic salt. Why? Because this salt contains two positive ions. That is why I have told you in normal salt you can see only one positive ion was there, but here you can see that two positive ions are formed. So anything or with salt which contains one hydrogen ion in its salt, then that will be showing the characteristics of acid. That is why this salt now is not normal salt, it is acidic salt. So after this salt formation, you can still add KOH, that is base, so that you will be getting a normal salt. So now you can see that some more base when added to this salt becomes now neutral, forming K2SO4 plus H2O. Now, if you check this solution, this salt, then you will be finding that it will convert the blue litmus into red. But when it is converted into this normal salt, now this will not show any color change in the pH paper or litmus paper. So this confirms from the litmus paper. So in the case of this KHSO4, it will be showing acidic values, that is acidic character in its salt. Then this litmus paper, that is your blue litmus paper, will convert into red, but after this KHSO4 treated with KOH, now this will be forming a normal salt. When you test this litmus paper against the pH paper or litmus paper, then what you will see, you will not see any color change. So these are the acidic salts. Now let's talk about the basic salt. How it is formed? These are formed when partial replacement of hydroxyl ion takes place from the base. Let's take an example of base, that is zinc hydroxide. When react with, suppose HCl we have taken, and what will be the situation? By definition it says that there is a partial replacement of hydroxyl ion. That means one OH ion will be here only with the Zn. So you can see that two hydroxyl ion were there, but only one hydroxyl ion was replaced and one is still there in the salt. Then you will be getting water. So you can see that there are two anions. One is hydroxyl ion and another one is chloride ion. So in this case, you can see that more than two anions are formed. So these are termed as basic salt. Let's talk about another example. MgOH whole twice plus HNO3. If you take this example, then you will be finding that Mg still contain one OH ion and NO3 plus water is formed. So here you can see that both the salts contain hydroxyl ion in its salt solution. Then this salt will show the basic character. So whenever you will test this salt against the litmus paper, you will find that the red litmus paper turns blue, showing the characteristics of base. So what will be the next situation? If you add some more acid to this salt, you will add to this salt, then what will happen? Complete replacement of this hydroxyl ion will take place and you will be getting the neutral salt. Here also you can do this same thing. HNO3, and you will be finding magnesium nitrate plus H2. So in this way you can actually convert the basic salt into neutral salt also. But there is a situation when partial replacement of hydroxyl ion takes place, then there is the formation of basic salt. Let's talk about what are double salts. The specialty of this salt is that it contains a combination of two salts and there is a dot between two salts. Let's take an example. Suppose if you see dolomite, the formula of dolomite is calcium carbonate dot magnesium carbonate. So here you can see that there is a mixture of two salts and they are separated by one dot. So this represents a double salt structure. If you take an example of potash alum, very important salt. Sometimes it is asked in the board exam about the formula or the name. If the formula is given, they will ask about the name. So both you have to remember. So what is the formula? K2SO4 dot aluminium sulfate, Al2SO4 whole thrice dot 24H2. This is the water of crystallization, so we will not count this as salt, but these are two salts and they are separated by dot. So this is the double salt. If dot water is there, that is not termed as double salt. So this you have to take care. Now, next example you can take Mohr's salt. So in this chapter, many formulas you have to keep in mind while studying this chapter, because the question arises from these salts only. Name, formulas, very important. So you have to remember. So Mohr salt is ammonium ferrous sulfate dot 6H2. And if we talk about iron alum, it is also very important salt, iron alum. Sometimes it is also known as FAS, that is ferrous ammonium sulfate. The formula is FeNH4 SO4 whole twice dot 12H2. So this is the structure of iron alum, ferrous ammonium sulfate. You can easily remember ferric ammonium sulfate, not ferrous, ferric ammonium sulfate. So this is the double salt. Let us talk about mixed salt. What are mixed salt? Mixed salt generally contains either two cations or two anions other than hydrogen ion or hydroxyl ion. In previous cases, you have seen that acidic salt contains two cations, that is must be one hydrogen ion. But in this case, you can see neither of the cations are containing hydrogen ion. Let's take an example. Suppose if I take an example of sodium potassium carbonate, then you can see that this carbonate ion is containing sodium plus potassium ion, and these two cations are not containing hydrogen ion. That means these are other than hydrogen ion, so these are actually not showing the property of acid. That is why it is a mixed salt. It is what? It is a mixed salt. Let's take an example of two anions. If we take an example of bleaching powder, that is calcium oxychloride, then you can see that calcium ion contains oxychloride and chloride. So these are also other than your hydroxyl ion. So it will also not contain the basic salt characteristics, basic characteristics. So these will be termed as mixed salt. So these two are the mixed salt. What are the mixed salts? Mixed salts are the salts which contain two cations or two anions other than H plus ion or hydroxyl ion. So that is termed as mixed salt. Now let's talk about the complex salt. What is complex salt? You can see here the specialty of the complex salt, that this salt contains one complex or one complex and one non-ionizable and ionizable part. That means this salt is containing one such kind of part which is ionizable and one such part which is non-ionizable, and it is written in bracket. Let's take an example. K4FeCl6. You can see that the ions are which are ionizable part. You can see here, this is your ionizable part, and the one which are kept in brackets are the non-ionizable part. So this is the specialty of the complex salt, that ionizable part is kept before the brackets and the non-ionizable part is kept between the brackets. Whenever, what does it mean? Whenever the hydrolysis takes place, then what will happen? This salt must ionize. So what will be ionizing process? That your K plus will be ionized, releasing 4 potassium ion, but this that iron and cyano group is not ionizing. That means it will be kept as it is intact in the bracket, and you will be seeing that this ferrous and this cyano group is actually covered between the brackets, and this iron is trapped between the cyano groups. So you can see that to neutralize the reaction or anions, we can put 4 minus here, but it will not actually ionize just like your potassium. That means you cannot test the presence of ferrous or cyano group in the salt, but you can only test the presence of potassium ion in this complex salt. So this much for now. Thank you.